It is yet another opportunity for you and myself to share, to listen to the word of the Lord on the journey through the Bible with Mukhwana Isaac. Like, comment, share, and subscribe. Yesterday, in episode 118, we saw the circumcision of Jesus, the circumcision of our blessed Lord, and we realized that this circumcision took place on the 8th day, and after the circumcision is when baby Jesus was called that name. Jesus was named Jesus. And we also discovered that even today there is still circumcision, but the circumcision which is recognized biblically is baptism, which also leaves an indelible mark, a mark that never disappears on someone's soul. Once you are a baptized Catholic, you will die Catholic, regardless of how your life will move on. Even if you left the Catholic Church and you became a Protestant, you became a Pentecostal, became an SDA, became a Muslim, you will remain a Catholic. Today we look at the presentation in the temple. When we talk of the presentation for the people who recite the rosary, it's one of the joyful mysteries. Again, Mary and Joseph kept the law. It was for them God's will. They took the child to Jerusalem 40 days after his birth to present him, the firstborn male child, to God. It must have been a very happy moment for Mary to offer to God the child that he in a very special way had given her. Although she and Joseph made the usual poor offering to claim back the child, she certainly knew that she had no more claim on him. Jesus was God's. He was, for all men, the Savior. It had been revealed to Simeon in the answer to his wish to see the Messiah that Jesus was in fact the Christ. This holy man prayed openly to God, thanking him for this blessing of holding the Christ in his arms. It was because he believed and loved God that Simeon received this grace, and that this grace in turn increased his faith. And so he recognized in Jesus the promise made to Israel. Simeon spoke of the place in the saying of man that Jesus would take. He would save not only the Israelites, but also the Gentiles, a savior for all men. Universality. For mine eyes have seen your salvation, which you have prepared in the presence of all peoples, a light for revelation to the Gentiles, and for glory to your people Israel. We read this, actually we get this in our daily prayers, the Benedictus what? Antiphon, taken in the morning. But Simeon also foretold to Mary her child's suffering mission, in which she would share. Behold, this child is set for the fall and the rising of many in Israel, and for a sign that is spoken against, and a sword will pierce through your own soul also. Luke chapter 2 verse 34. And his father and mother marveled at what was said about him. When we go through Luke chapter 2 verse 33, Mary and Joseph were learning to understand in more detail the implications of the mission of Jesus. Mary had known enough to accept the responsibility of her position. But time would cause her to enrich and deepen the surrender which she made at the Annunciation. Let it be done to me according to your word, by a deep understanding brought about by reflection and suffering, and always followed by a continual content. The prophetess Anna also spoke in a similar way to those who were watching at the presentation of Jesus. Yes, I talked of preserving the law, keeping the law again, circumcision, taking baby Jesus for presentation. This was all keeping the law, Mosaic law, observing it. They didn't take it satanic. Some people, there are some traditions, people say this is satanic. No, thank you. Culture is totally different from witchcraft and satanic ways. I have been Mukhwana Isaac with a journey through the Bible. Like, comment, share, and subscribe. Tomorrow we'll see Jesus Christ, the son of David and Abraham. Stay tuned and be blessed.